So, um, this is something I've had planned for a while now, which is to kind of just talk through the history of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 as I remember it in the arcades in London, back when it was at its peak in terms of busyness in an arcade environment, in an arcade scene. So, I've had a little bit to drink, so I may be stumbling over my words a bit. So if this doesn't work out to be a good enough video, I might have to redo it in the future. But anyways, let's start from the top. So I asked some people in a WhatsApp group that were around before me in the arcades about what they remember in regards to the history of this game. So Rehan, the chef, I probably pronounced his name wrong, because we didn't really cross each other's paths much back in the day, but it says X-Men Children of the Atom was something. I saw a lot of other people played it whenever we wanted to feel like we were inside a comic book or inspired by the TV or cartoon, as the sprites and backgrounds were amazing while still being a somewhat playable fighting game. But there was no real organised scene as far as I know. Saw random people come to Chocado and Funland nearly every day for it, including the troublemakers who would often get kicked out by the Chocado security. Marvel Superheroes was when people started taking two-player versus mode seriously in London. When I say I am speaking as the chef, was a part of a small Marvel Superheroes but dedicated and later X-Men vs Street Fighter community in Croydon. Actually the same arcades that Ryan, Stove, etc. I'm guessing he means Private Ryan did stuff at. No, not Private Ryan, that would have been Ryan Hart, sorry. I went to. Although those guys focus more on KOF and Street Fighter, I would also spend my time at Funland Chocado, since pretty much all Londoners knew it's mainstream and as the video game arcade location in London to go to. But personally didn't know about Namco Wonder Park, which turns out is where the actual dedicated top gamers actually went until forced into Casino Good Street upon closure. Which Mans introduced him to a bit later on. Anyways, Marvel Superhero scene was pretty fun, good, but X-Men vs Street Fighter skyrocketed, was by far the most popular of the Versus series in London. You could go to arcades all around London and find lots of challenges, even up to Sega Park in Wood Green, which had an X-Men vs Street Fighter tournaments once. He's pretty sure he pumped over 1k into an X-Men vs SF arcade cabinet overall, and then later contemplated if he could have bought a cabinet for that money. I can relate to that. So, okay, next bit, we move on to the Marvel Superheroes vs Street Fighter era. The scene was still okay, but kind of died down a bit as people were disappointed at the huge reduction in combo potential, even though taking out most of the infinites made it more competitively playable. The interest and competition started to spark up again for MVC1, especially around Chinatown Game Zone, as well as the usual Chocado, Namco, Good Street, and the other small arcades around London. However, when Marvel 2 came out, the forward button change completely put the current Versus players off, including him, as well as considerably increased focus on assists was a turn-off for older players. A few of them, Inti will remember this apparently, got excited whenever Mike Z or Mike Z came and visited Casino Good Street a few times and did things with Spiral. But he doesn't remember anyone in London trying to play MVC2 at a high competitive level at that point. Unlike all previous Versus games, the MVC2 cabinet was pretty much just there for jokes. When man's playing serious on Tekken Tag 1, 3S, SF, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Virtual Fighter, Super Turbo, Street Fighter EX1, 2. At the same time, from what I followed on the internet, US, especially East Coast, started to get really good competitively at MVC1. They had the double War Machine and other tech well ahead of us, as well as lots of tournaments, whereas most of us here just abused Strider Wolverine with Colossus Assist for the most part. We didn't really have many tourneys for it, and then Marvel 2 is history. Both coasts were very good compared, especially by the time Justin Wong came along. Okay, so that's all of the chef's notes on what was going on in the scene back before I was around. Marcel says he agrees Marvel Superheroes was the one, but I remember having way more challenges on X-Men vs. SF. Even the first MVC game and then Marvel 2, but plus there were other popular game series out at the same time. Random and Jill says it came out on console basically the same month, so arcade-wise, people kept on playing Tag 1, VF3, VF3 TB, Alpha 3, etc. MVC2, and lastly, we got a comment from Cinity. MVC2 was unfortunately never in the forefront of competitive gaming in the UK. Bullet did shed some light in the Weatherspoon tourneys. I would love to know what these Weatherspoon tourneys are. I've got a feeling I maybe went to one. Yeah, because I went to Weatherspoons once. Pulled up with like the Sabertooth, Sentinel, and Commando. But that was later than the period that Marcel, Random Mature, and the Chef were talking about. So anyway, so the takeaway is the arcade scene preferred one-on-one games. Marvel Superheroes are very popular. And MVC2's KOF 2000 striker-like system and simplified controls turned players off until we have a video. So you had this moment with the Marvel. This is how I remember it anyways. I was in college. I saw this video and it really made me want to get competitive at the game and play it a bit more. And then even before that, I remember a friend clocked that I played Alpha 3 well, so he brought around Marvel 2 and challenged me on that. I got my ass kicked, and then it piqued my interest for the game a bit. So I stumbled across this video. And then the other one with all the infinites. Oh, I wish I put that in the slides. But yeah, I think this video sent ripples across all of the UK. Anyone that had access to YouTube would have seen that and thought, okay, maybe we should give this game a second chance. So, enter Casino Goodge Street, right next to Goodge Street Station in central London, which is a stone's throw away from Tottenham Court Road, Oxford Street, that kind of area. So it's the busiest area, the most footfall for tourists and Londoners alike. It's easy for them all to just meet in the middle. Well, that's how it used to be anyway. So, yeah, this was the arcade here. You can see it. Casino. The building is still there, but it's the downstairs area where the fighting games were, which you can see in this bottom middle slide. That was what it looked like. That's been changed to a karate dojo now. I think karate. Oh yeah, and then you had the Scientology building next door, so whenever you would go to the arcade, they would try and convert you to Scientology if they saw you, which was fun. And then CEX next door, which Inti worked at, I think, and Garth, two of the older players. So next slide. So a little bit about Casino Goodge Street. So we can see inside Casino Goodge Street, so you can get a closer look what it was like there. Maybe I'll just make this bigger for this one. So you can see this is. I'm not sure what year this was, so it probably changed a few times, but this is pretty much how I remember it. Tag 1, Marvel Superheroes. You got Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was the cabinet that we were all playing on KOF Alpha 3. That was KOF 98, wasn't it? Alpha 3 there. And then this was usually KOF 2K2, but for some reason it wasn't working when whoever shot this video shot it. That is Demolish Fist. And you had Martial Masters. Oh no, is that Ikaru? I'm not sure what shmup that is. Maybe it's a Garuga. Oh, that was a Miss Pac-Man or Pac-Man cab. Or main multi-arcade, sorry. There was always some dude playing Pac-Man on there. Oh yeah, and Martial Masters there. Don't see that cab a lot these days. A bunch of other cabinets. Yeah, there was a lot. I'm going to forward a bit. There were shmups. Even more on the wall here. Wow. Pool games. Metal Slug. Some cabs that weren't working when he shot this. And these two cabs were quite important because they usually had a big crowd around them. So this is Tekken 5 DR. From what I was told, that you might have been able to plug in a pad into that, but I've never done it. It's just word of mouth from someone that I used to talk to. And see, there's the style of cabs here that we had that were on the bigger end. Widescreen. And then Third Strike, this was the one I played on when I was learning. And all of the big boys were playing on that back in the day. Chunkies, Raju, Reinhardt, all of those guys. IMX. Plenty of other killers I've forgotten. ST. Oh no, that's Hyper Anniversary there. And then I'm guessing ST next to it. Oh, that's Money Puzzler Exchange. And then CVS2, you can spot it in the corner there. Pinballs, some pins. There's quite a few pins there. Spider-Man, Family Guy, and Pirates of the Caribbean. And then, yeah, that's a tour of the arcade, isn't it? So if I remember correctly, they had VSAV in there a bit as well. Damn it, I've lost full screen mode. So they had VSAV for a bit. So, okay, next slide. So Chocado, the other arcade that people would go to, but this doesn't have Marvel 2, but it's just another big part of UK arcade history. So at this point in time, most of it is closed down, and it downstairs has turned into like a tourist trap with like lots of candy and other bollocks. Could be a place for money laundering, who knows? So this is what you would get when you go into Chocado to go find the fighting games. So yeah, for a while, where that empty spot is in the middle, there was Tekken 6. I'm not sure why it wasn't here when they filmed this. Maybe this was before Tekken 6 came out. Soul Calibur, Neo Geo Battle Coliseum's there, Virtual Tennis. They had Virtual Fighter at the back at one point. Oh, at this point they had SVC Chaos upstairs. If you look closely, KOF 11 is there as well. Yeah, Third Strike. Yeah, that was Chocado. Okay, I want to get out of this view now. It's annoying how it goes into... Right, go back into freaking full screen, please. So yeah, we're at the point where we can start talking about players. So you had Aaron, arguably the strongest at the time, the man to beat. He would use Mega Man Cable Commando and a few other teams, but that was the team he was known for. Memes were built off of the back of being us all getting our ass kicked by that team. So I'd say he was the most notorious, if that's the right word, player. Then second to him, arguably even more influential than him though, is Kaz, who used MSP, and he was the organizer of the ranking battles in Casino Good Street. So without him, there wouldn't have been a scene in that arcade, I don't think. Then we've got Iduppy, MSP user again, very, very ahead of his time. Was what I think, in my eyes, he was the best MSP in the arcade. You may see a bit of footage of him later. Then we've got Inti, Spiral Sent Commando. So that, Spiral Sent Commando. For some reason, I thought he played Team Duck though. So that might be incorrect. He might have used Cable. But yeah, he's a multi-game wizard known for playing Tekken as well, Bears in Tekken. Zantetsu, Jamsey, Samfrax, another highly influential person in terms of like pushing the game with the younger generation. He actually gave me my first MVC2 custom mix and had us all round, well, quite a few of us from the scene round to do a podcast that was on the Neo Empire website back in the day, which is now defunct. So you can't find that podcast anywhere. Probably for the better, because we're probably talking shit. DJ Coco Bread, he was the hype man of Marvel 2. Used Matrix. Was probably one of the tallest in the arcade as well. He was a G. I think his other nickname was Blackheart as well. So make of that what you will. Other notable players. Okay, you've got KLJ, Goldman Jacks. That is who is speaking on the microphone right now. Me. I was playing MIP back then because I knew the Iron Man Infinite, and that was pretty much the best thing I could do. But I was dropping it in the corner. I didn't know a lot of things about the game, so I was just fumbling around trying to infinite people. Private Ryan. This guy was one of the funniest dudes in the arcade. Very strong at CVS too, to my knowledge. I think even 3S. Yeah, he just played the game as a joke, I think. So, Son, Felicia, BB Hood, Chris went on to become very, very strong in Marvel 3, along with a lot of the other guys on the last slide, actually. So, Aaron and Zantetsu, Jamsey. I'm not sure if DJ went on to do big things in Marvel 3, I forget. But yeah, Sin Aaron. If you're in the UK Marvel 3 scene, you'll know about them. Omar, still active now, along with myself, MSP. So when I talk to the London players, some of them didn't remember him, but I do because I've got the videos stored on YouTube from back then. And when he did come up to play, or down, he was whooping ass. Have a very good MSP. He had a Strider team as well. Very good. Cinity. I felt like he should have been... Personally, I feel like he should have been in top players, even though he was not. A lot of people, when I asked, they said they don't think of him as a top player, but I do, because he was the only one that had the cojones to challenge Justin Wong. As delusional as that was, he did it. There's not another UK MVC2 player that I know that can say that. Mixer, Hulk Venom Juggernaut. Mixer is a well-known beat creator, like he creates beats for retro games on YouTube. So he was like YouTube famous at that time, and he was a mid-tier, low-tier hero. Honorary mentions, Frostbolt, Mega Man, and whoever else just spamming HP. a disciple of Aaron's train of thought there. I'm not sure they actually played together, but they're very similar, annoying style of just shooting you to shit. El Carpet, Doom Geef, and someone else I can't remember. He would just turn Zangief into the mech Iron Zangief, and then just you would walk into it and get comboed. Fuzziness, he is now a really big speedrunner and Smash streamer, I think. Really good at Smash. He played Clockwork, and that brings me to the end of the players list. And we're on to what I would say would be the UK tiers at the time in the arcade. So a lot of the stuff from like B down to D is just because we didn't see a lot of it. But Mega Man, whenever Mega Man came out in the arcade, no one had the answer to it. So I put him at the highest point that we can give him, the S, the pinnacle. Mega Man was the god in London arcades. Ban Mega Man. That was the mantra. And followed by Cable. Because, yeah, again, just assist, killing, potential. Fairly easy to learn. Then we got Sentinel. I don't think there's any point to go into depth in each of these characters, but Storm, Commando, Magneto. I feel I put Magneto so low because not many people were really using him to his fullest potential, so someone using Commando would get a lot more mileage from spamming the assists rather than bringing out a Magneto that's not even doing 5 fierce and it's just dropping ROM. You got all these other mid tiers. I put Iron Man in A because I felt like none of us were really at the level that we could say Iron Man is in S. Because no one was doing air to ground. A few people could do the infinite, but a lot of not finishing plates, no incoming unescapable guard breaks. So yeah. To be honest, I maybe should have put Spiral higher because Inti. But anyway. Okay, next slide. So we've got the classic. This is Jaewong versus Cinity. So the story here is back on the Neo Empire website at the time, which was like a massive forum where we could kind of like a Discord just for the UK, where events would be posted up and we would talk about the games and we would share videos and stuff like that. So Cinity was getting very cocky at the time, from memory. I was actually pretty close friends with Cinity, so I know personally, in my opinion, he was good back then and he could beat me, but obviously we'd never played Americans. So he got overly confident. I think he said something about, I don't know, I'm not sure if money was mentioned, like a money match or something like that, but he was very confident. So there was a exhibition match between him and Jaewong at Battle of Destiny in, it's probably 06 or 07. I don't remember the year, but we can watch that now. So it looks like we've got the... Oh, this is a video that has like... It started mid, kind of part way through the first match. So you can see that Cinity there, and Jaewong next to him. I'm not sure why they're focused on the players for so long, but we'll see some of the match soon. Cool though, seeing the backstage. Yeah, we want to see some matches. I think there's another. Yeah. That's all he films of backstage, and now the next match is fully on camera. So I'm gonna forward it. Now this video is on Random Magil's channel, so I'm gonna credit him for the video. Okay, so you can see Cinity was going in with the with a bit of an unconventional team, Cable Guard Commando. No, we weren't ready for this kind of Magneto play until resets. Or free sets, as Magneto would call them. So yeah, J1 was feeding himself at that point. I think he got up and started fist pumping the air. I am actually in that shot there, but I'd have to zoom in hella close to show you. So I was in the crowd with my mate John, Stone Dakuma. I think I see. Oh, I see. There's Inti. Yeah, I see myself. No, it's actually getting on my nerves that there's other music in the background at the same time, so I'm gonna have to dead this. In a second. Okay, so let's go back. Slideshow. You can see the Neo Empire logo up there as well. By the doorway. Okay, so this is the second match. J1 decided to switch to Sentinel Magneto Storm for this one. Did I put the game... Okay, I did put the right game in the actual stream title. So look at this movement from Wong. It's way ahead of anything we were ready for. The fast fly light kicks. Got to give Cinity credit though. He's whittled Sentinel down a fair amount. Oh, if only that had hit. Oh no, dead. But this is still not radically. Oh no, he called an assist at a bad time there. Yeah, get Commando. Oh, he got out. But Guile is just getting. Oh shit, he's doing a chaos on him. Reflies, yeah. So at this point, I think Inti went to the crowd So, and that is one of the Dragon Twins there announcing as well the next battle. Yeah, this event they had HD Remix, an early build of HD Remix, and trying to remember what else they had. They had Soul Calibur 4, I think it was at that time. Had a tournament for Soul Calibur 4, CBS 2, Alpha 3. So Inti's coming to the stage. He's told him to pick Anacharis. Or Anacharis. Someone else is saying Mega Man. Who's he gone for? Oh no. So this is a moment in history right here. He picks Mega Man, rolls Surfbot, and this is what was a real kick in the teeth. So Jay Wong just playing with his food at this point. He's like, I'm going to pick roll on point and show you how little you know about the game. So I think the heights of these characters really threw Cinity off. And it probably stage fright as well, because from what I could tell, he wasn't used to fighting on stage at a big tournament like this. So everything's working against him. The crowd is rooting for Wong, even though Cinity is a UK native. And this is partly because of how arrogant he was in the lead up to the actual match. Oh my gosh. He's taunting him. So just he's going for the chip. Oh yeah. Yeah, chip damage. More. What's he got to do? It feels like he just doesn't have an answer for Surfbot. Everything's missing. He's not even calling Commander because he's so scared that he's going to assist kill him. Okay, nice. I like that. Good, safe way to get Guile in, but yeah, Wong smelt that. Smell it out. Oh no, Mega Man. This is the most vile person in this whole team. Ugh. Is he going to get the guard break? Yeah, it's Wong. Of course he is. And another one. Look at this. Just look at this play. Silly. Surfbot. He's just going to walk away for the next 12 seconds of the match to rub salt in the wounds. We're not Americans. We don't know about the tech of just putting down the control at that point. So he played it out. Nice. Super 3 seconds. He's not going out without a fight. Yeah, fair enough. And now the chance for Justin Wong. That's rough. So yeah, this is arguably the most historic match in UK Marvel 2 history, because there's not really been anything that big since that's been recorded. So yeah. So yeah, after that, that kind of was one of the reasons I wanted to improve as well, just seeing how the level of Wong versus UK was inspiring. Oh yeah, I forgot about my little animation of the characters there. Oh well. So there's a team, the team that made history that day at the hands of Jay Wong. So next slide, we're going into in-depth slides on each player from the arcade scene. So this one, oh yeah, I better put the music back on now. So 1 second. We've got Kaz. Rest in peace. The Godfather, Jink, Kazu Chopper. This man was the reason why there was a Marvel 2 scene at Casino Gooch Street in my eyes. So he would host ranking battles weekly. He was an accomplished first strike player, very strong Yuri and Yun and Ken. And I'm not even probably naming all of the characters he could play. He would rock up with we've got a bit of footage of him playing Urian, I think. Yeah. I'm not going to make it widescreen because the last time I did that, I had to re widescreen it afterwards. So this is him playing Zach's Oro. Zach was the best third strike player at that point. Probably not the best video to show because Zach was so dominant that probably just going to mash him up. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, we turn up to the arcade. With this plushie, put it in front of the screen at a lot of the tournaments on the recordings. Yeah, we owe him a lot for the scene back then. So yeah, sadly passed away a couple of years ago. So here's some footage of what he was saying. So he was very good at doing the air combo into Hypergraph Tempest. Rom at this point was not quite there, but I think later on maybe he got to a point where he had it down, but I didn't see him at that point. But from what I've heard, the players got to a strong level, probably during the PS3, Xbox 360 point era. Oh, he missed it. He's gonna get it though. Yeah, there we go. Saying the ranking battle's rigged. Oh no, Mega Man. This person is perplexed by Mega Man's size, clearly. I think we should keep it a bit briefer. So yeah, there you go. That was Kaz. Aaron, the reason why it's done this thing again, hasn't it? Whoops. The reason why Mega Man was S tier in London This character, along with Cable and Commando, ruined days, ruined weeks, ruined years, took years off of people's life. Private Ryan made this meme, which I recreated recently because it was iconic as fuck, funny as hell. This is back at the point when David Cameron was Prime Minister here as well, so less less relevant now, but still funny. So we can't go on like this. Let's ban Mega Man. Uh, so this is what Aaron's playstyle was like, and uh, you've got yours truly on commentary for this one. Then we've got subs as well. Yeah, Aaron was very good with Alex. That was Coco Bread in the background, DJ, chatting as well. Talking about how certain man don't know the Mega Man matchup. Certain man's being everyone. Oh. There you go. So that was what Aaron was on. And then we got iDuppy, the Magneto in my eyes, versus TEO, the electrifying one. So iDuppy was the most advanced Magneto at Good Street Casino. Most clean. Had the best execution, as you can see. He's doing the ROM. Very rare at that time. It was like a friggin' unicorn at that point. The only other person I ever saw do the ROM in Casino Good Street was a player called Demon Dash. He actually also taught me some Hokuto no Ken back in the day as well. A little combo. Like, I think he wrote down a combo, Ray combo for me. So look at that. I mean, wow. Yeah, none of us were really playing like that with Magneto back then. Yeah, he was a killer. So yeah, iDuppy. Still can play, but it's just not really active much these days. But he got the collection. We played a bit, but yeah, he was a Magneto to be better than. If you wanted to be the Magneto, you had to step your shit up to his level, which I don't think anyone really did. Anyway, I think we've seen enough. There's a little Magneto animation. So moving on to Inti, as I said earlier, Tekken Pro with Bears, OG, worked next door at CEX. I met up with him a few times to play this game and got my ass completely kicked. Yeah, he was using Team Duck. So I've written earlier when I wrote down that he was using Spiral, Commando, Sentinel. That was incorrect. Anyway, let's see how he plays against the arguably the best at the time. So we've got the Pringles on deck. Sponsored by Salty Pringles. So that's Spiral. This is what he was known for. He's fighting a tyrant, Aaron. This isn't going to be easy. Kaz in the back. So yeah, you can see his game plan was to build the meter with Spiral and then come in with Cable. All guns are blazing. And the Sentinel, don't get me started on the Sentinel. The Sentinel was good. Okay, so now we're on to Jamzi Zantetsu. So it looks like he's gone for... What? Weird that he's using Aaron's team for some reason. So I think he was jumping between teams at the time. Let's forward it. Is he using Cable the whole time? Yeah, so you can see he had the Hyper Viper loops. Oh. It's interesting because I don't remember him using Aaron's team, but I guess he was just trying to... Oh, I see you as. Yeah, Kaz played Third Strike. I touched on that earlier. Maybe he was messing... Yeah, you're trash. Kaz was Yuri and Yan and Ken. Zach was Oro. Zach was the Asian, like half Asian, half white dude that was friends with Kaz. I'm sure Kaz could probably do some Oro stuff as well. I'm guessing you ran into Kaz at Hog. So yeah, that's Zantetsu. We talked about him. Yeah, good to see you again, Az. I'm basically just going through this bunch of slides I built. I'm going to put it on YouTube, just history of the arcade scene, the UK arcade scene for Marvel 2, or the London arcade scene. So now we're on to DJ, Cocoa Bread, the tallest, arguably the tallest dude in the arcades. Guy was a giant. Very chill, very cool. Had hella swag, drip, you name it. Was the hype man. Was close with Zantetsu and Aaron and all of those guys. I think DJ got the Sin. He was part of Sin during Marvel 3 as well. I've got a feeling that was the case, yeah. So yeah, he used Storm, Sentinel, Commando. I think he even used. Did he use Blackheart at all? Because that was one of his nicknames. Blackheart was one of them. But you can see me commentating in the back with the Halle Berry. Oh. I feel like I talked differently back then. I feel like I talked. I think it was more slang. I feel like I sound like a different person. Anyway, so he's using the Ugandan Sentinel. That's what it. Oh no, it's not him. Someone. Who's he playing? Inti's using Ugandan Sentinel. Yeah, I was loving life back then. And was in college. Broke as fuck. Going to arcades, playing these guys. Oh, the slowdown. Sheesh. No fast flies. We weren't at that level yet. Uganda. This is in the bag right now. Oh wait, but no. I think DJ wins this. This is a really hype match. I remember now. I can hear a villainous Chun in the background. Yeah, probably C4. He was the Chun player that everyone was scared of back then. So I think this. That's the hype. You can just hear in the background. Chun-Li is almost as bad as Storm for the voice lines. Oh no! I jinxed him. Oh, the guard break. Fuck. Now get down. 4 seconds. No. I'm an idiot for saying that. Super. Yes. There's Kaz in the mirror there. I don't know, but he must have been playing something else. Because you can see him. You can see him there. I'm not sure who this dude is. He seems to be smiling though, so he's having a good time as well. So that's DJ. Who are we on to next? Storm. There's our animated Storm. And now we're on to Omar, one of the only other players that's still active. He is a Bristol native. For some reason, I had it in my head that he was Wales back then. I'm a Londoner, so I don't know the difference. So yeah, we'll watch a bit of Omar. So this is him beating the shit out of me back then. They're gassing me up. That I think that's DJ trying to gas me up here. Yeah, I get demolished. So Omar was probably the second best. I feel like he was a little bit underneath Iduppy in terms of his Magneto, but we didn't see him a lot because he wasn't London. He wasn't a Londoner, so he may have been stronger. It's just I didn't see him enough at the arcade. But then here's a ROM. Not quite as many reps as what Iduppy was doing earlier, but at this point in time, Omar is arguably the cleanest Magneto in the UK. I feel like it's between him and Snow Nord. But I don't know, they've got very different playstyles these days. And Kaditos is Northern Ireland, so I don't think they consider themselves part of the UK, if I remember correctly. So anyway. So yeah. I'm bleeding, all characters are bleeding here. There's the Howlstorm. He's just patient, you know. Oh, okay. What? I'm playing Sentinel? I don't know how to play Sentinel back then, at least. So yeah, I'm just getting rushed. Damn. So yeah, he's definitely come a long way, Omar. He was still good back then. I think he got to the finals of this particular tournament. So let's forward this because I think we know where this is going. Okay, I got washed. So Omar, Magneto. There's the animated Magneto. And now we're on to me, KLJ. Back then, now I go by Goldman Jacks. I was running Magneto Iron Man Psylocke, so see a bit of how I used to play. I was a frigging baby at the game back then. So yeah, Fuzziness is a really strong Smash player these days and well-known streamer, very popular on Twitch. I don't think he plays anymore. We chatted, but he hasn't pulled up since. Yeah, okay, I knew a bit about building meter with the Fierce. That's not terrible. But I know I couldn't ROM at this point. Questionable use of meter. But yeah, I could do the infinite at this point. It's just I couldn't finish it if it reached the corner, so I had the one easy setup of Psylocke assist, and that's what I was always going for. And this isn't terrible, but yeah, if you read some of the comments on YouTube, people are really taking the piss out of my play style. So yeah, this is pretty much the MO, super jump, smart bomb, try and get a point where I can call Psylocke assist and go for the infinite. Let's forward to the next match because I think oh, you almost came back. So you switched to Sentinel point this time? Yeah, oh yeah, there you go. So you can see I was doing the infinite back then, so I would say I don't think it's bold of me to say that I was one of the first people to be doing that Iron Man Infinite in Casino. So I felt like I did it, then Aaron started picking Iron Man as well. And him and me were the ones, to my memory, that were doing the Iron Man Infinite in arcade. He was the mental-looking American player where his eyes were cracked. You were talking about Crazy Joe, right? He plays Marvel 3 as well. So yeah, anyway, we've seen enough of my play. I hate how you have to go back into slideshow view if you go full screen. So yeah, there's Iron Man. Private Ryan. This is a crowd favorite, crowd pleaser. Known for Son Son, Felicia, and BB Hood. He was the practical joker of the scene. Older player. Was known for CBS2, being good at CBS2. Older players may know him from other stuff as well, but I was, you know, a bit younger, so I don't know. Anyway, so he's going point BB Hood. He's up. The jokes are already there. Shut up. Oh, Mega Man. He's such a menace back then. Nice. The hell no. Oh, hell no. It would be cool if it was in this game. It's the kind of game that it wouldn't be out of place in. Yeah. Unfortunately, no. Yeah, she's more of a zoner in this game. I think she has like a corner. a corner loop that she can do with missiles and mines, but it's not really, you know, what it's not really what makes her what she is in this game. It's more about her zoning and her super damage. You chip damage off super, and the potential for it to TOD with the right uh, um assist characters, like Juggernaut if you power him up, and then do like crouch LK, crouch LK, THC that kills most characters. I think it kills all of them if he's glitched. So yeah, he's just playing to get the two LKs into super. Interestingly, we haven't seen. He was known for yelling a certain thing whenever Son did a super. It might be in this next match. Yeah. I'm gonna forward it. Where's Son? Oh, here we go. He had an interesting name for Son Super, which you'll probably hear in a second. He called it the dildo super, basically, but yeah, for some reason we didn't hear him yell it. He used to yell it a lot. I probably missed it. Yeah, anyway, that's Private Ryan. Moving on. We've got who have we got next? We might be. I think we've done all the slides. Okay, so that's my run through of the whole of the London arcade scene back in the day. We'll see after I review this if this is worthy of putting on YouTube because I've had a bit to drink, so I've been stumbling over my words a bit. But hopefully this is a wrap, and I can just throw it on YouTube, and lots of people can know about the lore when it comes to the UK at its peak in terms of numbers for Marvel 2 in an arcade scene.